I think that in general, it's not very easily embraced technology. I mean, there are a number of places where the technology, especially as the control is taken away from the human, there's always this feeling of the trust kind of disappearing, no matter how safe it is. The most important example, I think, is buses versus airplanes. A lot of people still don't trust airplanes. They don't want to fly in an airplane. I mean, when you think about it, it's this big machine. It's going through air in a violent way, and it feels scary, and you have no control. You're just kind of sitting in the passenger seat. So people there are many people who don't want to ride an airplane, but at the same time, it's one of the safest transportation technologies that we've ever built. I do see that there may be a challenge in people trusting self-driving vehicles. That challenge may come from just people being a passenger, sitting in there and just waiting for this car to drive themselves. However, given that, some people are familiar with these numbers, some others, some aren't. In the United States, there are about 35,000 lives that are lost every year to traffic accidents. Self-driving vehicles could potentially completely eliminate that. And I think that we may face a challenge in people not trusting self-driving vehicles eventually, even though they are actually very, very safe. And that is the same challenge that we faced getting people on the airplanes and so on. I don't see it as a major challenge, but I see that that is going to happen in the future. I personally think that things have been moving fast in the industry. Again, when I look at the decade background that I have had in the field, things have come together very, very rapidly, especially in the last 5 years, specifically in the technology domain. It seems like the kind of technology that we're using is really diverse. It's not just a particular algorithm that enables everything, but it's so many. And there are software implementations which are very complex, and even the computers that they run on, and the sensors that enable this, they're all coming together at a very high pace. I like that a lot as a technologist, I have to say. At the same time, I think we're facing a number of challenges in different domains as well, from developing business models to the policy and law and urban architecture and so on. And they are also picking up pace, so that's a good thing as well. Given where we are, I am hopeful about autonomous vehicles. I think still that autonomous vehicle technology or self-driving vehicle technology will surprise us, and it'll surprise us, I think, in two ways. One way, I think it'll really come early, as some people predict. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe in a couple of years or in a few years, we'll start to see autonomous cars. We'll start to really experience it. But another way I think we'll be surprised is that they may not arrive in the way that we expect. They may not be in the car that you drive, but they may arrive in a variety of other ways. There may be another surprise that we face the moment they arrive. So I believe a number of people actually think about self-driving cars as the technology coming into our vehicles and just kind of changing our vehicle and making it easier for us to drive. I think that's a bit of a narrow vision. And in fact, many people kind of believe, for example, when self-driving cars come in, many people will lose their jobs, for example. There's another side of the coin, where there are people living right here in the United States, and because they are visually impaired, or because they have other disabilities, they cannot even commute to work. I mean, commuting to work is one thing, but just basic things, for example, just picking up food, or getting your laundry, and so on. So I believe this type of technology will be a big enabler for a large number of people, and will actually put them to work because they can commute to work, for example.